Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Doug Peters Field here at Reynolds Stadium on the campus of Lake Mary High School.
That's still so cool to hear. That's still, fresh.
Fresh in our minds, Doug Peters. Yeah, it's good to say something of that nature. But man, Steve, we got a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah.
But do you think it's going to outdo the game that we had last time here at Reynolds Stadium?
I don't know. This has been an exciting game so far. But I think we are in for a good one tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. We've had to play, this is going to be our fourth high-quality state-caliber championship team, potential team that we're against.
Yep.
Reynolds is coming all the way down from Jacksonville.
And we're welcoming them. It's glad to have them here. And you're right. Miami, Norland, Osceola, Lakeland, and now Reynolds. These are all top-tier state championship level teams.
But there's a team you didn't mention. Our Lake Mary Rams.
Oh, well, yeah. But we're right in the conversation.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So let's see how they've done recently with some of their highlights.
Man, it's the 407, not the 305. Hey. Let the body see the floor. Let the body see the floor. Y'all already know we run. See it? You see it? Come on now. Yeah, when I get the ball, I'm a dog. Giddy up. Lock in, lights, camera, action. Telly, SBN. It's a top scene. Lock in, lights, camera, action. Rolling under lights, we don't get anxious. Do it with a purpose, we don't do it to be famous. Really, they been hating cause they ain't us. Lock in and get dangerous. See you when I'm old in a Tesla. Still will ride a diesel, I'm not green, no, but the checks was. Now they come in wires, I'm retire off the Desmonds. I was in the creek, then in the dirt, I lived on both sides. Still was always me, no double life, get picked up. Oh, dog! They come and go, so are the best ones. Through the lowest lows, and I still got blessed up. I've been running non-stop, I can't rest up. I'll just keep on working till I'm the best up. I've been trying to do right, but getting left much. Slipped and fell a few times, still got my chest up. In the gym, I got my chest up. New Tacova's on my toes, now that the check's up. Giddy up! Lock in, lights, camera, action. Telly, SBN, it's a top scene. Lock in, lights, camera, action. Hey, better watch out, it's gonna be a long season. When it's time to win. Trolling cause we're rolling under lights, we don't get anxious. Do it with a purpose, we don't do it to be famous. Really, they been hating cause they ain't us. Lock in and get dangerous. Lay Mary up so! Lay Mary up so!
Yeah, so the Rams have been tearing it up. We had their 2 wins, and yes, we had that 1 loss against Lakeland. But you know what? We're playing 4 quality teams. Even if we lost all 4, we would still be a good quality football team.
Strength of schedule is really important in the playoff qualifications. So playing this high-level competition really only boosts our resume for the postseason.
And one other thing that also boosts our resume is our high-quality offense. And we had a great opportunity this week to talk with our offensive coordinator, Adam Donnelly.
Adam Donnelly. I love talking to Adam.
Welcome to Lake Mary Game Day. We're here with offensive coordinator Adam Donnelly. Thanks for joining us, Adam.
Great to be here.
Listen, the Rams are 2-1 this year so far. Is it too early to gauge the team's identity, or have they already established some things that let you know how our team might go throughout the season?
Our team, on the identity, it takes some time to develop. We didn't know who we were last year until week 6, 7, 8, going into the Seminole game and stuff like that. So it's never perfect, and with so many new players this year and stuff like that, there's a lot of finding out who you are as it goes along. But at the same time, we've been able to put out a product that's beaten 2 really good football teams, and we're going to keep trying to do it again.
Yeah.
So Adam, we spoke to Coach Perry the last time we were home about the benefits of having Noah Gross, a fourth-year starting quarterback. What's your take on the pros of having that?
This is our actually second time in a row having a 4-year starting quarterback, which is crazy. That never happens in high school football. But the benefits are amazing. Like, he can set all the protections, he changes plays at the line. I think every time he's changed something live this year, it's worked. So that's been a real positive for us, that he feels that comfort in the same system. And then the other piece is, it's kind of like having another coach. Like, he knows what I want so well at this point that he can go to the kids and explain, you know, like, you got to be just under here, or I want you over the top on this. And so he can translate it better or in a different way, and it kind of works for all the kids that way.
That's great. Well, speaking of change, Adam, we have a tremendous number of transfers this year, offense and defense. How challenging is it to build quickly with so many transfers?
It is. The time is the biggest problem. So, you know, we got to get these kids in when they register, come to practice, and find out what their skills are, you know. And so it's different than somebody I've been watching come up from freshman to JV to varsity. But we can still do that, right? They're a more developed product. I just need to see what that looks like, because I haven't seen them at their other school. I don't know them very well. You know, like, they're new to me. And so we got to get to know each other really fast, see their skill sets, so that we can take what we do in the Lake Mary offense, but then adjust it for the players we actually have on the roster this year.
I imagine in that case that would maybe cause the identity of our team to change as the season goes on.
Well, and so going back to that, like, you know, you have to adjust, see what's working, and then adjust again, you know. So you try things and you try to be creative about it, and you see what's working and what the kids understand and what they do well, and then you try to hammer that thing over and over, right? Whatever is our strength against the other team's weakness.
So we've played so far this year. We've played Miami-Norland, who is not one of our annual opponents, Osceola, Lakeland, and now we're playing Reynolds, which is a small Jacksonville school with a great program. So a couple of questions. One, how do you game plan for opponents that we don't see every year? And second, with the Reynolds game upcoming, what can we expect to see from the team in that game?
Sure. So the peek behind the curtain on how we do it is, generally you trade 2 films with each other, the last 2 games that were played, and so you get the film from them, you try to gauge the quality of their opponent, so you know, like, am I looking at people who are really athletic, or this little worse version, or, you know, understand the speed of the game, things like that, because you can only understand relative to the other team. And so you try to get a handle on that, and you watch the players and see, you know, who looks really fast, who's beating the guy across from him, who is not allowing anyone to catch the ball, so you can gauge the defensive back play and stuff like that. So you just try to get a feel for it, you try to get a feel for their overall structure, you try to get a feel for their defensive coordinator. Is he really aggressive? Is there a certain down that he's really aggressive on? Are they more conservative? Do they play over the top of things? So each team has its own feel. For Reigns, they're aggressive. They're coming. They want to use their speed. They return 11 starters on defense, so they are experienced in what they do. Every kid on their defense is a senior, and so they're gonna come after us. They're gonna be fast. They're gonna play to those strengths, and we got to find ways to counter it. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that's great. Well, speaking of peeking behind the curtain, that's exactly how we started off this interview.
Sure.
And we really hope that you got a good look at your offensive coordinator, Adam Donnelly, as we take on Reigns, the Vikings, as they come into Doug Peters Field on the campus of Lake Mary High School down to Reynolds Stadium. Thanks for joining us, Adam. It's been a pleasure. And good luck Friday.
Thank you.
As always, go Rams! Well, Steve, you know, Adam, it seems like he's pretty excited about tonight's game, but he didn't mince words. We have a high-quality opponent tonight, especially with their defense returning all of their starters from last year and all seniors.
Yeah, they're definitely, like, you know, we were a state championship runner-up. They were a state championship runner-up. They're 3A, we're 7A, so, but, you know, they clearly have a lot of talent, and like you said, they're bringing them all back. So we know they're capable. We know that they're good. They have a couple of wide receivers that are D1 commits. So definitely this is going to be a challenge for the Rams. But, I know that the coaching staff is kind of, as you said, they prepare, they get film, they kind of know, look for those weaknesses, look for those things they can exploit.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. Coming up in just a few moments, we're going to have our home game guest picker. Super excited about having our guest picker here. But I want to take a brief break. We'll be back in about 1 minute for some stadium announcements. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Don T. Reynolds Stadium here on the campus of Lake Mary High School and the newly crowned Doug Peters Field. We're excited to have you this evening as your Lake Mary Rams will be taking on the Vikings of Reynolds. They've already come all the way down to Jacksonville to play your state runner-up championship, Lake Mary Rams. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, just for your attention, please be advised that some flashing light sequences from entertainment shows may cause discomfort for photosensitive viewers. We will be using our stadium lights to celebrate some of the touchdowns that will be occurring this evening. Don't forget to stop by the Booster Hut. You can pick up your Booster membership information if you already applied to be a member for a Lake Mary Booster Club, or you can find out how you can get off the bench and support your Rams, score a touchdown yourself, and support Lake Mary Athletics, supporting many student athletes with the 43 varsity and JV girls and boys sports programs here at Lake Mary High School. Also, you can visit the concession stand. Thanks to Ms. Sue Kroll and all the volunteers at the concession stand, satisfying your hunger needs. Grab yourself a Ram burger. We're excited about our halftime celebration this evening. At halftime, we're going to have both your 43-year champion Marionettes performing, and of course, your Lake Mary Marching Rams. We'll be back in a few minutes for pregame festivities. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're super excited about the Vikings coming into town and the Rams for the fourth time this season taking on a high-quality opponent. Let's see how they do here at Don T. Reynolds Stadium.
Yep. Got the home crowd in neon today.
Yeah,
so that's all fun.
Well, listen, as what's become tradition over the last 5 years, our 6th year now here at Lake Mary Game Days, we have a guest picker. So without further ado, let's welcome this week's guest picker, Lake Mary High School's principal, Dr. Mickey Reynolds. Yeah, there we go. Right. Left hand, right hand.
Hi,
Welcome,
guys.
Dr. Reynolds, to Lake Mary Game Day.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no kidding. So what's it been like this year following the Rams? This is our 4th game on the road. You've been to these away games and our home games playing these high-quality opponents. How do you feel as a cheerleader for the entire population of Lake Mary High School?
You know what? I feel like we have made it into the big leagues. We have never had such a tough schedule at the beginning of the season. You know, I can remember years ago when we thought that it would be just incredible if we could finally beat Apopka, which we did. And then it'll be amazing if we can finally beat Seminole, which we did. And then get to the big game at the state tournament, which we did. And now we're playing 4 state finalists in a row. I mean, that's just moving it to a new level, and I love it.
Yeah, no kidding. So listen, obviously a lot of credit goes to the student athletes that are on the field.
Of course.
Those 11 players at a time that are making these plays, whether offense or defense. But we also kind of have to give credit to the head ball coach.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Scott Perry, he was voted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as Coach of the Week a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what Scott Perry brings to the program here at Lake Mary.
You know what? Scott brings consistency. Scott brings discipline. Scott recruits the best coaching staff. I mean, he really focuses on teaching these players their positions and how to be the best players. And like I said, he's just consistent as the day is long. He's never going to vary. He's going to be the same Scott, but his formula has worked, is working, And frankly, he's at the top of his game.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned players, but they're also great students. Steve and I teach
They really
actually quite a
are.
few football
Yeah, we
players this
do.
year.
Yeah.
And they come disciplined, wanting to learn, and
Absolutely.
focused in the classroom. And it's all part of that vision, that umbrella that Scott emphasizes.
Absolutely, 100%. Student athletes. So
Mm-hmm.
you never see a football player in the discipline office, I can tell you that.
But listen, we're what, 4 weeks into the school year, and things
5
are kind
weeks.
of yeah, 5 weeks. So okay.
Time's
So much
flying.
fun. Yeah. So, but listen, every year brings new excitement, new expectations, new benefits of the work that we've done in the past.
Right.
Is there anything you want to brag about with Lake Mary High School and what
Oh,
we're doing
I have
here?
so much to brag about. I could be here for another hour. But I will say, we are busting at the seams. This is my 9th year as principal, and this is the most students we've had in those 9 years. And it's because so many students want to come to Lake Mary High School. Why? Amazing academics. We've got a talented group of teachers who, provide the best preparation. But also, I think athletics plays a big part. We've got an athletic winning culture in so many programs. And then our club scene is thriving. Like, every day we have 2 and 3 club meetings, and the students are participating at high levels. And I'm really proud of the level of student involvement. I was talking to my son about this just earlier today. He was like, Mom, what percent of the guys at Lake Mary High School play football? And I'm like, let's do the math, son. And we can, 14% of the
Wow.
males at Lake Mary High School play football.
Wow.
Yeah, and honestly, almost half of our students participate in sports on some level. The numbers could be higher this year. But with high participation is a great culture because they're students first. They support each other, high school spirit. So things are going very well. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, and it's not just, as you said, the football players that are participating. You said all the clubs, all the other sports.
Yeah, we had, actually, I recognized today 5 National Merit semifinalists.
Wonderful.
Yeah, 5 this year. So
That's awesome.
yes, we love to celebrate our really strong academic students too.
Yeah, and it's kind of neat, like on especially these game days with all the school spirit. You see everyone
Oh,
in
yeah.
all the WRAM gear, and you come into class kind of with a little extra energy, doing the alma mater before
Yes.
before the day
I was
starts and all that
downstairs
stuff.
in the hallway. Normally I'm at the announcements, but I was in the hallway downstairs with the hallways lined with students singing the alma mater and clapping to the fight song. Their rhythm was terrible, but they were into it. It was awesome.
Yeah. So listen, Dr. Reynolds is actually in a special position right now. Whether you know this or not, you are breaking a record.
Oh.
Your own record of being a guest picker on Lake Mary Game Day.
I love it.
So you, over the years, if I can find this, here we go. This is your appearances in the past, going all the way back to 2020,
Whoa.
and 2021, 22, 23, 24, and now 25. So
Nice.
congratulations on being a 6-time guest picker on Lake Mary
Hey, thanks
Game
for
Day.
inviting me back.
Oh, it's always fun.
No problem. Well, listen, we have about 30 seconds for
Okay.
that. Give us your breakdown for the game this evening.
Okay, I do have a breakdown. If you line up the stats for the Jacksonville Reigns, all of their yardage, and line it up to statistics, which they do for you on Max Preps, I checked. They look like they're the stronger team. They have more yards rushing, more yards passing, everything. But they haven't played the kind of opponents that we've played. So I think this is going to be really critical for us. We don't really know what they're capable of because they haven't yet played a really strong team. So that's one thing. I have seen improvement, Lord knows, since the preseason game. I've been to every game. I'm watching the improvement. Our guys are starting to click. We had guys who came from different places.
Yep.
They're starting to click. Some new, really strong players have emerged. That Tote kid, he's catching those balls and toting it right on down the field. Yeah, I like him.
Good one.
We've got some very strong running backs, as you know.
Yeah.
O'Shea, of course, our Isaac's kid, and now TJ Brundage is back with
Okay,
from his.
okay, yeah.
So he might be a force. I don't know. Our receivers, we all know about Barrett, but also Terrence Dixon. He's back, from injury and in good form, and some new players. Javon Robinson has shown some promise. So. I think that we need to hang in there, not make mistakes in critical moments because we've had some of that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I see where you're leaning here. Let's just lay it on the line. What do you got tonight?
I think it's going to be. I think both teams are going to score some points, but it's going to be the Lake Mary Rams.
There we go.
24-21.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Well, listen, thank you so much for joining us. But
Thanks
before
for
we
having
just,
me.
we want you to switch with Steve. Steve has about 15, 20 seconds where he gets to lay down the pick tonight. You're just going to step right
Nope,
over here.
I got my mic. We're good. So, all right. So, I think Dr. Reynolds took some of my thunder here, but yeah. So they look good on paper. They've got speed on the outside. They have 2 D1 commit wide receivers. They've got speed in the middle, as Adam told us. They're going to be going right up the middle, trying to come right at us defensively. But I think that we play 7A opponents and we play top 7A opponents. They play 3A opponents. I think that we are the battle-tested team. And so I'm picking the Rams.
The Rams, yeah, there we go. Listen, Dr. Reynolds, thank you so much for joining us on Lake Mary Game Day and your record-breaking 6th-time guest picking. Steve, thanks for your guest pick. And as always, go Rams! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you direct your attention out to the center field, we have a special performance. It is your 43-time world champion, Lake Marionettes. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 43-time world champion, Lake Marionettes. And that is just a preview as they'll be introducing your Lake Mary Marching Rams at halftime. So ladies and gentlemen, at this time, can you please rise for our opening ceremony? Tonight's colors are being presented by Lake Mary High School's NJROTC. Commanding the color guard and bearing the United States colors is Cadet Petty Officer 2nd Class Zachary Barth. Bearing the Florida State colors is Cadet Ensign Maurice Bartley. The color guards are Cadet Petty 1st Class Yaziel Ruiz on the left and Cadet Petty Officer 1st Class Joseph Barth on the right. As a friendly reminder, at this time, gentlemen, please remove your caps. We want to especially thank junior Lake Mary student Alice Lawrence for interpreting the national anthem. Approaching the center of the field for tonight's coin toss from Reigns, number 1, Tony Williams. Number 9, Troy Butler. Number 20, Markel Smith York. And from your Lake Mary Rams, number 17, Gavin Isaacs. Number 55, Chad Danhauser. Number 73, Troy Pope. And number 79, Levon Crumpler. Looks like Lake Mary has won the toss, and they've elected to decline. So it looks like Lake Mary will be kicking off. Reigns will be receiving the ball. Returning the ball for the touchdown for Reigns, number 6, Ethan Sherman. So it looks like there's going to be a receiving team penalty, a hold. So the ball is coming back. Steve, for a second there, I was thinking this is not how we want the game to start, but a hold is not necessarily the crutch that we're going to be looking for tonight.
Yeah, it kind of saved our bacon there. That looked too easy. They had a big hole there to run through.
Yep. Well, anyways, here's their offense out on the field, down at the 11-yard line. So it'll be first down for the Vikings from the 11-yard line. Keeping the ball for Reigns, number 4, Timothy Cole. That's a gain of 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 for the Vikings. Flag on the play. Keeping the ball for the Vikings, number 4, Timothy Cole. He stopped short of the 1st down marker. This brings up 3rd down and 1 for the Vikings. Touchdown Vikings. Quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole. Complete to number 3, Zion Butler for the 80-yard score. The extra point is good. Number 38, Dan Dong. So that was a 80-yard touchdown throw by quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole, to number 3, Zion Butler, with a number 38, Dan Dung, extra point. With 10:06 remaining in the first quarter, our score is 7-0 in favor of the Vikings. Returning the ball for the Rams, number 15, Javon Robinson. So, Steve, he was just left wide open. There was really no opportunity for any of our... Oh, I apologize, everybody. Here's the play.
Yeah, so the quarterback avoided the rush to extend time, and the defender just lost contact with his guy. Yeah, that's a defensive lapse.
Looks like there's going to be no gain on the play. This will Remains second down. Well, it'll be second down and 10 for your Rams. Quarterback number 13, Noah Grubbs, pass complete to number 4, Barrett Schultz, for an 8-yard gain. Third down and 2. Flag on play. So it'll be encroachment on the defense. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down, Lake Mary. Picking up 2 yards for your Rams. Number 7, Faison O'Shea Faison. Pass intended for Lake Mary's number 4, Barrett Schultz. Will remain third down and 8 for your Rams. Attention, if you're the owner of a black BMW, license tag BN9 7EW, you need to move your car immediately. It's a black BMW, license tag Florida, BN9 7EW. Pass intended for Lake Mary's number 6, Terrence Dixon. Punting for your Rams was number 40, Lucas Parker. Returning the ball for the Vikings, number 3, Zion Butler. The Vikings take possession at about the 17-yard line, 18. Lake Mary football would like to thank Huey Magoo's for donating our team meal this week. Also, an extended thank you to Bubba Coo's Burritos, Hooters of iDrive, and Morganic Meats for providing team meals the past few weeks. And finally, the football families who donate goods and their time each week. Your support is second to none. Coach Perry and his entire staff, thank you all. Carrying the ball, number 5, Tadarius Washington. Pass to number 7, Kelvin Brown. Tackle by Lake Mary's number 1, Ronald Parkinson Jr. Flag on the play. So it looks like Lake Mary is the owner of this penalty this time. Looks like after some discussion, they realized that this is going to provide the Vikings a first down out at the 28-yard line. Carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 5, Tadarius Washington. Tackle by Lake Mary's 57, Grady Isaacs. That's a 5-yard gain for the Vikings, second down. Again, carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 5, Tadarius Washington. Tackle by Lake Mary's number 16, Patrick Ryan. That's a Viking first down. Keeping the ball for the Vikings, quarterback, number 4, Timothy Cole. In on the tackle for Lake Mary, number 16, Patrick Ryan. Second down and 4 for Reigns. Pass intended for Reigns, number 7, Kelvin Brown Jr. Looks like that's going to be a water break. Well, Steve, it looks like Reigns has always got that constant threat of the big play. And we had one that was called back right at the beginning of the game because of that holding. But they got their big play touchdown. We're going to have to kind of shut that down. We can't just keep living on the edge like that.
Yeah, they clearly have some speed. Their running back, Tadarius Washington, like on all these runs up the middle, he's hitting the line.
Test.
All it'll take is one missed tackle, and he's going to be way downfield. So, yeah, we've got to be sound on defense.
Test. Looks like the first down is short. It's a turnover on downs. Your Rams take possession out near midfield. First down, Lake Mary. Number 17, Gavin Isaacs. Again, running the ball for the Rams, number 17, Gavin Isaacs. So that's a defensive penalty, face mask against the defense. Pass intended for Lake Mary's number 22, TJ Brundage. Pass intended for Lake Mary's number 10, Anthony Toten. Pass intended for Lake Mary's number 7, O'Shea Faison. This will bring up fourth down for your Rams from the 13-yard line. It's like flag on the field goal attempt. It's like offsides on Reynolds. Looks like it'll move the Rams 5 yards closer. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. Lake Mary number 40, Lucas Parker, field goal is good. With 3:54 remaining in the first quarter, our score is 7-3 in favor of the Vikings. Running the ball back for Reigns, number 6, Ethan Sherman. Well, with the exception of kind of stalling out there on that last drive with some incomplete passes, hey, the Rams were able to move the ball down the field behind number 17, Gavin Isaacs.
Yeah, Gavin Isaacs had a couple of good plays, had a couple of drops, but, you know, signs of life. It's good.
First down, Vikings. Quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole, complete to number 17, Kieran Jackson. The Vikings have it out at the 35-yard line. Carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 7, Kelvin Brown Jr. First down, Vikings. Quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole. Pass complete to number 17, Kieran Jackson. So no gain on the play, second down and 10. Carrying up the middle for the Vikings, number 5, to Darius Washington. It's a gain of 4 yards, third down and 6. Flag on the play. So that's offsides on Lake Mary defense. 5-yard penalty. This will be third down and 1. Carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 5, Tadarius Washington. Tripped up by Lake Mary's 55, Chad Danhauser. Keeping the ball for the Vikings, quarterback, number 4, Timothy Cole. That's a gain of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Pass intended for number 6, Ethan Sherman, defended by Lake Mary's number 12, Sam Nelson. 3rd down and 2 for the Vikings. For the defense on your Rams, number 9, Jamarian Coleman. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude the first quarter of this evening's contest. Our score is 3-7 in favor of the Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, promoting excellence both on the field and in the classroom, it's another edition of Football Physics. Any coach will tell you that punting is an important part of the game. Let's look at the physics behind a punt, in particular a good one. Well, just 1 second, here we go. Obviously a strong leg is important. The harder the ball is kicked, the farther it will go. However, if the ball is kicked too high, it goes way up but not far downfield. If the kick is low, the ball is not in the air long enough to go a large distance. The best angle for a punt to maximize distance is 45 degrees. If the ball tumbles end over end, it loses a lot of distance. Ideally, a punter will kick the ball with some spin. A spiral gives it gyroscopic stability and keeps the nose pointed forward. The ball stays aerodynamic as it cuts through the air in a beautiful parabolic arc. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, during tonight's game, we're going to calculate the speed and angle for each punt and announce them to you. We wrote a special computer program to be able to take care of that quickly for us. When you see a great punt sail across the field or kickoff, remember it's just another example of football physics. Pass intended for number 3, Zion Butler. Flag on the play. It's like pass interference on the Rams. So that'll give the Vikings a first down at the 19-yard line. running the ball into a flock of Ram. Number 5, Darius Washington. Pass intended for number 6, Ethan Sherman. This will be a 3rd down for the Vikings. Again, the pass is incomplete. Looks like it's intended for number 3, Zion Butler. Looks like coming out to attempt the field goal for the Vikings, number 38, Dan Dong. The field goal is good, number 38, Dan Duong. Our score with 11:04 remaining in the half. Reigns 10, your Rams 3. Kicking off for Reigns was number 38, Dan Duong. On the return for the Rams, number 15, Javon Robinson. Rams have possession out at the 26. We want to thank our our platinum Ram corporate sponsors, Triad Concrete, the Morris family, Legendary Athletics, Scott's Heating and Air Conditioning, Seminole State, Napa Auto Parts, and Casa Leon. Flag on the play. Yeah, it's going to be offsides on Reigns. It's a 5-yard penalty. Looks like the pass was thrown out of bounds. It's second down and
6 for your Rams. Carrying the ball for the Rams, quarterback number 13, Noah Grubbs. Flag at the end of the play. Looks like personal foul, unnecessary roughness against Reigns. For your Rams, number 7, O'Shea Faison. First down, Lake Mary. Number 17, Gavin Isaacs up the middle. That's another Lake Mary first down. With the attempt, the run there, number 17, Gavin Isaacs. Quarterback number 13, Noah Grubbs. Pass complete to number 33, Malachi Halliburton. That regains some of the lost yardage. Third down and 11. Pass is intended to the end zone for number 6, Terrence Dixon.
Yeah, he makes a move to get to the inside, just couldn't hold on.
On the field, attempt the field goal for Lake Mary, number 40, Lucas Parker. The field goal is just wide. So with 8:43 left in the first half, our score remains 10-3 in favor of the Vikings of Reigns. Carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 5. That's to Darius Washington. A gain of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Pass intended for number 6, Ethan Sherman. 3rd down and 8. Keeping the ball for the 1st down for the Vikings, number 4, Timothy Cole. Running the ball up the middle for the Vikings, number 5, to Darius Washington. It's a gain of 3 yards. Quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole, pass for the 1st down for the Vikings to number 17, Kieran Jackson, right out 45-yard line. Pass intended for number 3, Zion Butler. That's another 1st down for the Vikings. Out to number 5, to Darius Washington. Carrying the ball up the middle, number 5, to Darius Washington. It's going to be a timeout. Looks like it'll be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Vikings when we return. Yeah, they're putting on quite the speedy offense now. They're moving down the fields. They got the Rams a bit on their heels, Steve. I think they want to get this touchdown because the Rams on the previous drive were kind of able to move the ball down even though they weren't able to put it in the end zone after that drop pass.
Yeah. They do have the Rams a little bit on their heels. Washington is the fastest guy on the field, and I think our defenders aren't judging his speed very well because he's just running between defenders and they're coming up with air. So they need to try to get a guy in front of him or change his direction or something.
Looks like Reigns is going to be stopped right there at the 1 yard line. Tackle by Lake Mary's number 5, Keaton Lyons, right there near the line of scrimmage. It's been a 3rd and goal for the Vikings. Attention, a booster pass was dropped. If you're a member of the Pinkston family, see Miss Presti to claim your booster pass. Again, if you're a member of the Pinkston family, see Miss Presti. So it looks like the Rams have stopped the Vikings again right there at the 1 yard line. So we're at 4th down and 1 for Reigns. Yeah, I thought Reigns was going to go for it. They figured, geez, are the Rams really going to be able to stop us that many times right there from the 1 yard line? But the Rams did stop them. And so they said, okay, let's think about it. We still have 5 minutes here. Let's go about this smartly. So either they're going to call up a special play or they're going to come out and field goal. But it looks like they're probably going to call a special play. Touchdown Reigns. We believe the touchdown was by number 12, Ticion Haynes. And the extra point by number 30, Dan DeWong, is good. After a 1 yard touchdown run by number 12, Ticion Haynes, and the extra point with 4:38 remaining in the half, our score is 17-3 in favor of the Vikings. With the ball for the Rams, number 7, O'Shea Faison. That's a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11 for your Rams. In on the pressure for Lake Mary's quarterback from Reigns, number 9, Troy Butler. First down, Lake Mary. Quarterback number 13, Noah Grubbs. Carrying the ball for the Rams, number 7, O'Shea Faison. It's a 2-yard gain. Carrying the ball for the Rams, number 7, O'Shea Faison. To bring up 3rd down and 1 for your Rams. That's a encroachment by the Viking. Oh, no, it's a timeout. I apologize.
You are watching WRAM TV.
First down, Lake Mary. Number 17, Gavin Isaacs. Yeah, we want to thank Logan Malmberg, Lake Mary's TV production team, and the entire RAM broadcasting team. Our students are the ones actually bringing you all of these shots, both from up in the press box, in front of the press box, from the sidelines, from the end zones. Great job, RAM TV production. Passes intended for number 4, Barrett Schultz. Flag on the play. Looks like it's a 5-yard defensive penalty. 2nd down and 5 for your Rams. Carrying the ball out to near the 1st down marker, number 17, Gavin Isaacs. Yes, just shy. 3rd down and 1 for your Rams. First down, Lake Mary. Pass was deflected, but still able to make a play. Number 6 for your Rams, Terrence Dixon. Yeah, that was pretty sick because that deflection was clearly visible from up here. It wasn't one of those little small deflections. The ball had like 2 different passes there happening simultaneously. Your heart kind of takes a bit of a pitter-patter when that happens because you don't want it to be intercepted, but it was picked up by Terrence. Pass complete to number 7, O'Shea Faison. So lost about a yard or 2 on the play. 3rd down for your Rams. Reception by Lake Mary's number 4, Barrett Schultz. 1st and goal, Lake Mary. Lake Mary High School would like to thank our Diamond Ram corporate sponsors. That includes Julie Berry with Supreme Lending, Huey Magoo's, the Adjutant Group, Fast Signs, Dave Brewer Incorporated, Goldie Salon, Pinnacle Roofing, Garum Tile, Chubb Law, 4th Street Bar and Grill, McKee Construction, Justice Air Conditioning, Florida's finest team at Charles Rutenberg Realty, RB Marks Construction, the 90 Construction Group, First Horizon Bank, Kroll Construction, Snedeker Law, Parks Lincoln, and Orlando Health. Thank you to all our Diamond Ram corporate sponsors. Pass intended near number 10, Anthony Toten, in the end zone. Just like what happened with the Vikings at the other end, the Rams are stopped just short of the goal line here. This will bring up third down for your Rams. Looks like stopped just inches short of the goal line. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude the first half of this evening's contest between the Vikings of Reynolds from Jacksonville and your Lake Mary Rams. Our score is 17-3 in favor of the Vikings. In just a moment, we're going to have a special halftime performance by your world champion Lake Mary Nets, followed by what you've all been waiting for, your Lake Mary Marching Rams. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to center field, your 43-time world champion, Lake Mary Nets.
Back, I want to pee. Fat with a pee. I shouldn't know what.
she just started to pop it front, and looked back and told me, baby, it's free. She bad, so maybe she won't, but then again, maybe she will. Girl, look, hit it from the front, back, side, girl,
Again, there's your Lake Marionettes. Oh, but we're just getting started with our halftime performances. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome now your 2025-26 Lake Mary Marching Rams. This evening, the Marching Rams present their 2025 halftime show, Corazon Partido, Heartbroken. Inspired by the intensity and beauty of Latin and Spanish music, this program brings heartfelt melodies and powerful rhythms to the field. Tonight's performance opens with Pasión Danza and Corazón Españoles. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Jackson Pepper and Ava Benafor, band captain Natalie Sullivan, and field commander Etienne Kehr. The percussion instructors are Zane Adams and Caleb Seamus. The band is under the direction of Josh Langston. Drum majors, is your band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your Lake Mary Marching Rams. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for your Lake Mary Marching Rams.
We're here with the Guru Steve.
The Guru, all right.
A man of many hats, including our unofficial stats up here for Lake Mary Game Day. So what do you think about that first half, Steve? Break it down for us.
Well, it's not hard to break down. Rain's defensive line is just going through Lake Mary's offensive line like a sieve. Grubbs doesn't have any time to set in the pocket. He's scrambling every play. He can't get set, can't wait for a receiver. So, this is probably one of Noah's least effective halves as a quarterback. He's got 52 yards passing or so, and most of that was on one play. Meanwhile, we have been able to move the ball on the ground a bit. Gavin Isaacs has been able to get big chunks. So we have over 100 yards rushing. You figure Lake Mary is going to come out and try to feature Noah, the passing game, through Noah. But
we talked about this at the beginning of the season. Our offensive line is a little bit smaller this year and maybe not as experienced. And so Noah has been having to scramble quite a bit. He's throwing the ball to the sidelines a lot.
Yeah.
But that's because he's being pressured because they're getting to him, not any fault of his own.
Right.
So rather than giving up a bad play or an interception, he says, I got to get rid of it. But unfortunately, that gives up downs.
On the other side, Reigns, looks like a balanced team. They're dangerous. Washington, their running back, super quick. He hits the hole. Nobody, and if anybody's on the yard line with him, he leaves him behind. So the defense has to line up for that.
dangerous is their quarterback.
Their quarterback.
Because he'll take one look, no, that's not working, and he'll either go deep to the other
Right.
side, or he'll take off running the ball.
Right. They've really been a two-person team for the entire first half. It's either been their quarterback, who's that? What's their quarterback? Yeah, Timothy Cole. Yeah, or in Washington, it's really been a two-person game. But you know, they're versatile and they're quick. They've been able to get. Now they have about 250 yards, but 80 of that came on one play. As the half went on, the Rams defense was able to slow them down, which was good. You know, I don't think the game's out of reach by any means. It's a 2-touchdown game, and we really should have scored.
We were right there within inches.
Right.
And then that'd be a completely different game. You know, the Rams have to play catch up now, not
Right.
just score one and tie it.
But you know, that goal line stand is a little microcosm of the game. We wanted Noah to be able to throw for the touchdown, but we can't protect him. So the first time he tried to throw, he had to throw it away because no protection. So taking that away, we've got to run up the middle, and then they stack the line. So that little series was a little like exactly what's going on in this game. If we can't protect the quarterback, we're going to become a predictable offense. So.
So we have about 2 minutes until the second half. But one thing that I like about coming back after halftime is our team for the last few years has been really good at making these halftime adjustments.
They certainly have.
And
We've seen
especially
them
here
come
at
back.
Reynolds Stadium.
Right.
And so, as you said, the Rams are not out of it down by 14 because we have the ability to make those changes.
We've seen it over and over again. These kind of turnarounds in the second half. We come into halftime and we're all doom and gloom, like, oh my God, what's going on here?
The last game that we played.
Right.
It's Northern.
Yeah.
The Vikings of Northern.
And then the second half comes around and they've made some adjustments and things improve. So have heart, you know, Ram fans, Ram Nation out there. We might see a little different story in the second half.
Anyways, well, this has been our impromptu halftime show of Late Night Game Day. Steve, you did a great job. Thanks for doing all the stats, and we'll see you at the end of the game for our post-game show.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, enjoy the second half of the game, everybody. We're about to transfer back to the field for some action as the teams come back to the sidelines.
Welcome back to the sidelines. The Vikings from Reynolds, and also your Lake Mary Rams. Ladies and gentlemen, for that kickoff, the ball was kicked from the right 40-yard line to the left 12-yard line for a distance of 48 yards and was in the air for 3.4 seconds. According to our analysis, the ball attained a height of 48 feet and was kicked with a speed of 47 miles an hour at an angle of 53 degrees. That's football physics. That's a defensive penalty offside. First down for your Lake Mary Rams. Pass is intended for Lake Mary's number 4, Barrett Schultz. Incomplete pass. We have third down for your Rams. scrambling with the ball, quarterback number 13, Noah Grubbs. It's a loss of 2 yards on the play. This will bring a 4th down for your Rams from the 22-yard line. Well, ladies and gentlemen, according to analysis of that punt, the ball attained a height of 44 feet and was kicked with a speed of 46 miles an hour at an angle of 52 degrees. Again, compliments of football physics. Quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole, pass complete for the 1st down for the Vikings to number 6, Ethan Sherman. Touchdown Vikings, number 18, Zion Green. The extra point by number 38, Dan DeWong, is good. After that 20-yard touchdown throw by quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole, to number 18, Zion Green, our score with 9:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter is 24-3 in favor of Reigns. There they go again, Steve. Big plays. I mean, they're walking all over the field, whether, well, running or throwing down the field for these touchdowns. So on that kickoff for Reynolds after the touchdown, according to our physics analysis, the ball attained a height of 48 feet and it was kicked with a speed of 47 miles an hour at an angle of 54 degrees. So it looks like they're going to re-kick, so we'll do another football physics analysis. You may notice that that ball was kicked just a little bit lower with a little bit more oomph. The ball attained, oh, hold on, I messed up the analysis. I'll fix that. There we go. The ball was attained a height of 37 feet and was kicked with a speed of 48 miles an hour as it traveled to 52 yards, but kicked with an angle of 43 degrees. Pass intended for Lake Mary's number 6, Terrence Dixon. First down, Lake Mary. Quarterback number 13, Noah Grubbs. Pass complete to number 4, Barrett Schultz. The ball's right at midfield. It's going to be a loss about 4 yards on the play. Carrying the ball was number 17, Gavin Isaacs. Make that 3 yards. Pass intended for Lake Mary's number 15, Javon Robinson. This brings up 4th down and 14 for your Rams. I see running out, likely to take punt formation, number 40, Lucas Parker. Running the punt back for the Vikings, number 3, Zion Butler. Ladies and gentlemen, after the 85-yard punt return by Zion Butler for Reigns and the missed extra point, with 7:04 remaining in the third quarter, our score is 30-3 in favor of the Vikings. First down, Lake Mary. Quarterback number 13, Noah Grubbs. Complete to number 7, O'Shea Faison. Running the ball, number 7, O'Shea Faison for the Rams. It's a pickup of 1 yard, 2nd down and 9. Flag on the play. Sacked by number 15 from the Vikings, Travis Williams. It's a loss of about 6 yards on the play. 3rd down and 11 for your Rams. Carrying the ball for the Rams, number 33, Malachi Halliburton. It's a loss of 4 yards on the play. Coming out in punt formation, number 40, Lucas Parker. Touchdown, number 8, Eddie Hinton for the Vikings. So that was a 65-yard touchdown punt return for number 8, Eddie Hinton. And after the extra point by number 38, Dan DeWong, our score with 4:32 remaining in the third quarter is 37-3 in favor of the Vikings. At this time, I'll take the opportunity to introduce you to the varsity cheerleaders. Thank you for all your hard work, hyping up Ram Nation throughout the evening. We have Raylan Johnson, Peyton Hayes, Olivia Lawless, Emery McGlynn, Sailor Ackley, Grayson DiGiacomo, Tiana Hall, JoJo Haber, Katie Hagel, Bree Maston, Ellery Trask, Alina Bowler, Alexi Rubin, Sydney Kuka, Savannah Hilliard, Abby Excellent, Cameron Barber, Skylar Wiley, Ava Volko, Vanessa Kennedy, Brooke Sperry, Madison Garcia, Audra Hinckley, Taylor Woolley, Allison Stumpf, Elizabeth Allen, Kate Keller, Sydney McMahon, Ariana Wittig, KK Wilson, Ava West, Avery West, Madison Iglesias, and your captains, Kylie Douglas and Brielle Coggin. There's your 2025-2026 Lake Mary cheerleaders. Pass complete to number 4. Barrett Schultz. First down, Lake Mary. Carrying the ball for the Rams, number 7, O'Shea Faison. Flag on the play. It's a 5-yard penalty, and that's good enough for Lake Mary. First down. Pass intent for Lake Mary's number 22, TJ Brundage. Sack by Vikings number 9, Troy Butler. On the field, punting for the Rams, number 40, Lucas Parker. There's a flag on the play. Looks like the penalty was declined. Vikings will take possession at Lake Mary's 45. Okay, so it looks like the penalty was enforced after the kick out of bounds. The Vikings take the ball at the 40. Pass complete to number 17, Kyron Jackson. Running the ball for the Vikings, number 5, Tadarius Washington. Pass intended for number 17, Kyron Jackson. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be holding against the Vikings. Pass intended for number 7, Kelvin Brown Jr. There are some flags at the end of the play. Looks like pass interference on Lake Mary. This look at the Vikings as 2nd down and 1. First down, Vikings. Number 4, Timothy Cole carrying the ball. Carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 5, Tadarius Washington. It's like tackled by number 9 for Lake Mary, Jamarian Coleman for a loss. 3rd down. That's going to conclude the 3rd quarter of this evening's contest between the Vikings of Reynolds and your Lake Mary Rams. Our score is 37-3 in favor of the Vikings. We'd like to thank the officials from the Central Florida Officials Association for coming out and refereeing tonight's game. Up in the booth, we have clock operator Mamie Paul. And on the field, we got back judge Keith Hyde, line judge Alphonse Resigno, linesman Arthur Del Filippo, and umpire Jerome Lowry, and head referee Mr. Steve Carter. So picking up at the beginning of the 4th quarter, it's 3rd down and 11 for Reynolds from Lake Mary's 16. Flag at the end of the play. The pass was intended to number 3, Zion Butler. Defended by Lake Mary's number 2, Demarion Simmons. It's like pass interference. On Lake Mary. This will be 3rd down and 3 for the Vikings. Keeping the ball for the Vikings and the touchdown quarterback, number 4, Timothy Cole. So after the 8-yard touchdown run by quarterback number 4, Timothy Cole, and the extra point by number 38, Dan DeWong, with 11:45 remaining in tonight's contest, our score is 44-3 in favor of Reigns. Running the ball up the middle for the Rams, number 24, Zoe John. It's getting 4 yards, 2nd down and 6 for your Rams. Again, running the ball for the Rams, number 24, Zoe Johns. In on the tackle for Reigns, number 40, Keon McMichael. It's a gain of 2 yards. Let's bring up 3rd down and 6. Excuse me, 3rd down and 4. Punting for Lake Mary is number 40, Lucas Parker. Downing the ball for the Vikings, number 3, Zion Butler. Attention, Brian Cobo. You have dropped something. More than likely you'll know what it is, but you've dropped something. It is now in the concession stand. So, Brian Cobo, please report to the concession stand to reclaim your property. So treating the athletes before, during, and after the games is Lake Mary High School's athletic training staff. Our student athletic trainers include Jillian Allen, Victor Ayala, Carla Correa, Ashlyn Hillman, Emma Hughes, Catherine Lesage, Isabella Maldonado, Marley Manson, Brooke Morgan, Riley Penn, Nyla Shelton, Lindsay Silberstein, Z Slater, Evelyn Stam, Abby Unger, Ariana Williams, and Mary Ellen Wingate. Carrying the ball for the Vikings, number 5, Tadarius Washington. Lake Mary High School certified athletic trainers include Felipe Almeida, Mike Holmes, and Eric Swanee. The team doctors from the Jewett Orthopedic Clinic include Dr. Elizabeth Davis and Dr. Joseph Tutorino. Thank you to all our student athletic trainers, team doctors, and certified athletic trainers. Carrying the ball, number 5, to Darius Washington. Tackled by Lake Mary's number 50, Keelan Burke. Reception by number 18, Zion Green. First down, Vikings. Touchdown, Vikings. Number 5 to Darius Washington. The extra point is good. So after the touchdown run by Washington for 34 yards and the DeWong extra point, with 4:43 remaining in tonight's contest, the score is in favor of Reigns, 51-3. Running the ball for the Rams, number 24, Zoe John. First down, Lake Mary. Again, carrying the ball, number 24, Zoe John. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10 for your Rams. Flag at the play. The pass was intended for number 36, William. Oh, excuse me. Oh, intended for number 4, Barrett Schultz. So it's pass interference on the Vikings. They'll give Lake Mary a first down. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rams have a bye week next Friday. They will not be traveling or here at Reynolds Stadium, but they return here to Reynolds Stadium September 26th, as they'll be taking on Haggerty. Flag at the end of the play. Running the ball was number 24, Zoe John. So it looks like it was a personal foul against the Vikings. This will give Lake Mary another first down. Pass intended for number 4, Barrett Schultz in the end zone. It's second down for your Rams. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude this evening's contest between the Vikings of Reynolds down from Jacksonville and your Rams from right here at Lake Mary. Our final score is Reynolds 51, Lake Mary 3. On behalf of Principal Dr. Mickey Reynolds, Athletic Director Rick Weyers, Head Football Coach Scott Perry, and Booster Club President Ed Schuckman, we'd like to thank you for coming out tonight and supporting Lake Mary football. Again, the Rams have a bye week next week, but they return here to Reynolds Stadium September 26th as we take on Haggerty. Thanks again for coming out. Have a great evening and drive home safely. Well, welcome back to Lake Mary game day. Steve DeSanto, Luther Davis, physics teacher chair at Lake Mary High School. Thanks for giving us an opportunity to do a little football physics with you this evening. The power of equations will get you pretty far in understanding how things progress in the flight of the ball through the acceleration of vertical gravity and constant velocity horizontally. But let me tell you what, I think the Rams need to try to pull out some equations to kind of see how we're going to kind of improve the morale, because this could be kind of demoralizing with a loss this big here at home, 51-3.
I think we saw that. I think you definitely saw at some point in the second half that the team was deflated. They weren't hitting as hard. They weren't running as hard. I think they definitely had a little morale hit there. But they got a bye week. This is probably a good time for a bye week.
Yeah.
Regroup. Start playing district games after that. You play Haggerty. So, kind of refocus. Ultimately, it's the district games that are going to
Determine what we do for the postseason.
So we get to start that after the bye week.
Yeah. So, but if we look at the first four teams that we played, we said it in our pregame show, Steve. The Rams could be a very good football team and have a record of 0-4 right now.
Right.
We did. I talked to Coach Perry. I was in the weight room here at Lake Mary High School before school on Thursday. Yeah, working with the swim team, and I bumped into Coach Perry, and he said that Reynolds is the school that a lot of the Jacksonville football players want to go play at.
Right.
And so in the state of high school football these days, it's, you have these transfers that have the opportunity to go play at certain schools. And he says, hey, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. He's not going to say that we're going to lose. He's not going to say that we're going to win. He says it's going to be a really tough game. But he also said that they're really trying to express to the student athletes, as Donnelly did during our interview this week, is that, hey, listen, we can still walk away with things that we can learn from this. And I think what they're going to have to spend this next 2 weeks doing is, hey, we're still a good football team.
Right.
It's just that we had Reynolds come down. Yeah, they kind of handed it to us tonight.
They did.
But, hey, what can we learn from this moving forward? How can we do a better job protecting Noah? How can we kind of complete some of these opportunities that can get the ball down the field and get us those scoring opportunities?
Right. I mean, there's, you look at in our games so far, I know in our preseason game against Oviedo, we had multiple drives die inside the 5-yard line. And we saw it again today. I think that we scored that touchdown at the end of the first half. I don't know that it wins the game for us, but we definitely go into the half with a higher spirit, with little, when the game is close. Who knows how that plays out? Like I said, I don't think that makes us win the game, but it definitely changes the game. So, we do have to finish our drives. We have to make fewer mistakes. There's some big special teams issues today that I'm sure the coaches will address.
Yeah, there's 2 punt returns for the touchdowns.
Right. And then the kickoff return that got called back at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, there's areas to work on, but that's the nature of a high school football season. So, we don't have much good to say. I'd love to sit here and talk about the great little stats that I found, but I don't think we have any. Probably no. Force stays quarterback.
Yeah.
Potentially.
But this game doesn't make or break our season right
now.
Not at all. No. So 2 weeks, the Rams will be back here at Reynolds Stadium at Doug Peters Field on the campus of Lake Mary High School as we take on the Huskies of Haggerty Friday, the 26th of September. Looking forward to doing that, another home game.
Yep.
We do want to thank the entire WRAM TV production team. You guys do a great job under the leadership of Logan Malmberg, our TV production teacher here at Lake Mary High School. On behalf of Sara, Kehr, who just stepped out for a bit, as Steve DeSanto, I'm Luther Davis.
And before we go, I want to give a shout out. I know he's not watching, but to Lee Carson, because he just retired from ESPN Game Day. He's a local resident here.
He lives right here in Lake Mary.
Right near here, and the fun stuff that we do during the pregame
is heavily inspired by.
It is inspired by him, and so since he's retired now, I just want to say thanks for inspiring us, and you've been a great person to watch for a lot of years.
So on behalf of the new Lee Corso and Luther Davis, I want to say thank you for tuning into Lake Mary Game Day. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you 2 weeks from now as the Rams will be taking on, again, the Huskies of Haggerty. As always, go Rams!
So, I was reading an article today.